This conference will now be recorded.
So as you work along a problem, as we begin our third day on inventories, selling shoes that everybody loves to do and they're experts at doing, there's a problem that has 5 transactions, has some others, but it has 5 inventory transactions in a beginning inventory. And it has how the charts look for FIFO, LIFO, and weighted average. So you have in this problem, which starts on page 20, you have a beginning inventory and 6 transactions. And with those 6 transactions, there's a solution in terms of what those flow charts look like. And then the journal entries, we'll talk about this a little bit later. And then the income statement. So we would only go to gross profit, but in that problem, they put the operating expenses in to show you how the operating expenses wouldn't work out. But in general, we just go into here. But if you had operating expenses, you would subtract them too to get to your net income. We had a net loss in this situation. So once again, from page 20 to 25, you have an example that you can utilize when you're working a longer problem. Okay, let's go back up to the problem that you're supposed to turn in today, the short one. And in this problem, I told you to assume that there was a cost of 20, 25, 30, and 40. And the quantities purchased were 10, 10, 20, and 20. Then you had these sales, 5, 10, 15, and 20. So in effect, you purchased 10 at 20, you sold 5. Then you purchased 10 at 25 and you sold 10, but you had some left over. Then you purchased 20 at 30 and you sold 15, you had some left over. And finally, you purchased 20 at 40 and you sold 15. So that's the main problem, simple problem that I wanted you all to work today. Are there any questions on this problem?
Yeah, I'm still not quite getting it.
Do you see the problem?
I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Me too.
Me too. What do you looking at it? Or you just
Both. I'm looking at it. I'm not getting it.
Doing correct. So we always start at the beginning, which is going to be we purchased 10, then we sold 5. So that's where we're going to be. So I'm going to.
I have a question.
Yes.
For the gross profit, we tally up each column at the bottom, right? Because in the last example that you did, the last bottom right corner is the only thing that had a total in it.
Mm-hmm.
But this time you wanted to do everything at the bottom of the column. We don't need to tally up the last row, right?
For the ending inventory?
For the whole chart, we don't need to add up the gross profit at the end, right?
Yeah, you always do that.
Like add up every single gross profit to get one total gross profit?
Yes. Okay, so this is an inventory flow chart that we use because when we're buying things at different prices, when we're buying things at different prices, we need to be able to keep track of it in a little more detail. First column is the purchase. The purchase always goes over to the ending balance. Then when we sell something, we use this middle column, cost of goods sold, to determine what we sold. So let's just see. Is this gonna work, Tara? So what I need to do to get these on the same one, Tara?
Sorry.
I want to get these side by side. What's the easiest way to do that?
Which
Just put it on
one?
the same sheet, right?
Yeah, just hit the zoom in. Just no, you don't have to do any of that. Just zoom in.
Zoom in.
Yeah, on the bottom right hand corner. Bottom right.
Oh, that's right.
That's out. That's in. Keep zooming. Keep zooming. Put it like at 245 or something like that. I don't know. Bam, perfect.
Okay. So this is the problem, that we're working with. This is when we do FIFO, we do it that way. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is to look at this 10. Okay, so we're gonna look at this 10. Let me do one thing. Let's just see if we can get everything a little larger. Going to 14. So can everybody see everything now? Can everybody see?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Do we need to go a little bit larger?
just a
Could.
little bit. Yeah,
Wouldn't hurt, but it ain't gonna.
I don't need to be squinting now.
Okay. So,
What'd you do?
as I made it larger, the flow chart got smaller.
Yeah, so all you gotta do is hit the leave it. Hit the go on top of it, right with it, the inventory, the eye to the left of the inventory. There you go. Keep pulling it.
Okay, so we're doing FIFO inventory. Our first purchase was what?
It's
10,
10
10 for
shoes.
5. Oh, wait.
All of the stuff jumped over on me.
$20. Oh, $30. No.
These were the
It's
$30.
supposed to be,
Wait, what? Wait.
Oh, this is what you do. Look, Professor Boyd, look.
I think it
You
broke
see
on them.
where, you have your first 20 at backspace.
The
No,
first
no,
one.
no.
Oh, okay. For the first 20 is backspace.
No, not that 20. The one that's supposed to be on top of the 10. So you can delete that 30 that you just put on there and just backspace.
All right.
And then, yeah, is that 40 supposed to be up there too? So now you
Yeah.
can go in front of the 25 and do the same thing. But don't highlight, just backspace.
I just put it over here.
You can just backspace.
All right.
Makes your numbers.
Okay, so that's where we need to be. Okay, so the first thing we did was to buy 10 units that cost 20. We're gonna go in here and put in the quantity, which is 10. The unit cost was 20. And so the total cost is 200. Any questions? We always, whenever we purchase something, we copy it and we try to paste it over here. Okay, it's there. The next thing that happened, well, Before we do that, we'll make our journal entry to purchase here. So since we purchased them at 200, we would debit inventory for 200 and credit accounts payable for 200. So we put it in the chart and we make that journal entry. Next, we had a sale of 5. Okay, so we know we need to go over here first of all and put a 5 right here. We only got one set of cost in here, which is what? 20.
20.
And so cost of goods sold is going to be what?
100.
So we sold 5 at 50. And so we're going to make 2 journal entries. The sale journal entry, 50 times 5 is we're going to have what? 250 here. So that records the sales part of it. Then the second part of it is to record the cost of goods sold and inventory. So when we're recording the cost of goods sold and inventory, we're going to debit cost of goods sold, which is going to be what, 100? And we're going to credit the inventory for 100. So that's our first transaction, okay? Now at this point, we have 5 units left. They cost us 20. And they're worth 100. The next thing we do, we buy 10 units at 25. So we're buying 10 units at 25. So our total cost is going to be what?
250.
250. And now in our inventory now is going to be not only the 5, the 10 units at 25 or 250. So this is how our inventory looks now. It has different costs in it. And we make this journal entry, debiting the inventory for 250 and crediting accounts payable for 250. Now we sell how many units?
10.
We sell 10 units. So we're gonna go ahead and record our sales. 10 times 50 is what? 500. But now we need to get our cost in here. What is our cost gonna be for the 10 units we sold?
200. I mean, no, 250.
We selling the old stuff first. So
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
5 at 20 for 100. And then we're gonna do what? Come down here and what? Pick up 5 more? Underline it. These are gonna be in there, what? 25. And so the total cost of these is gonna be what?
125. So it's going to be 225.
So this is gonna be 125. Okay. And so at that point then, our total cost is gonna be 225. So what the chart does is when these costs change and we have a lot of purchases, it helps us to get the number that goes in cost of goods sold. So that's what this chart is doing in that middle column. So 225 goes here. 225, 225. Okay. Any question? All right, time for you all to work. You all do the third one where we purchased 20 at 30 and we sold 15. We purchased 20, excuse me, at 30 and we sold 15. Make your purchase journal entry first, then make your sales journal entry. Put your purchase amount in, calculate your new cost of goods sold. Got the purchase recorded?
No.
What goes here? We purchased 20 at 30, so it's what?
600.
600.
And we'll go ahead and put that in the chart. Uh, 20. At 30 for 600. Okay. Then we make our sale, and how many do we sell?
15.
15. So how much money are we gonna get for selling 15?
750.
750.
How did you get 750?
15 times 50.
Oh, times 50.
Yeah,
Oh,
times 50. Now, when we go to this inventory chart, we know now we have in there what? 5 plus the 20. 5 are in there at 25. Bring those down. And the 20 are in there at 30. And for the 5, we have $125. But for the 30, we have $600. So our goal now is to determine on 15 what number's coming down here for the cost of goods sold. That's what we're trying to do. Calculate for me the number that's gonna go here.
25.
What's going there?
425.
How do we get 425? How many are we selling?
525. So the one, yeah.
We're selling 15, right?
Yeah.
So we got to sell 5. The old 5 are gone. Then we got to sell what?
10.
10 more, right? Because we want our total quantity to be 15. So 15 is the total sales. We're going to sell the old 5 that are in there at 25. Then we got to sell 10 more that are in there at 30. So the 5 at 25 is 125. The 10 at 30 is what?
300.
300. And so therefore, the total that we sold is what?
425.
425. And so that's the number that's going to come in here for cards. 25. And we credit the inventory because it's going 425. Any questions? All right, you all do the final one. 20 are sold at 40 and they cost 15. 20 are sold at 40. Well, 20, excuse me, are purchased at 40. Now we're selling 15. I'm waiting for a number.
800.
Well, yeah, if we go up here, we purchase 800. It's 20 times 40 is 800. So that's correct. Now we're going to go ahead and enter that 800 on the chart here. So we're going to have enter the 20 that's purchased at 40 for 800. So let's see if these will paste over. Okay, they went down low too. I'm getting good. Okay. What do we have on top of this though as we get ready to calculate these costs?
The 10, 30, 300.
We have the 10 because we sold 10, so we had 10 left at 30, 300. So we sold 15, correct? So since we sold 15, we're going to sell this top 10. Then we got to go to the next tier and get 5 more. So that our total sales will be 15. Okay? So as we put these costs in, the 10 are going to come in at what? 30. The 5 are going to come in at what? 40. And so the total cost of the 10 is the 300. They all gone. Then the 5 is it's down 200. On the line. What we're going to do with the 500?
Put that over there. The under cogs.
Yep, on the cogs. And we sold 15 and 50, so this number is going to be what? 750 again. So you notice we have over here LIFO. So if we want to know what our total sales were, excuse me, if we have FIFO, we'd add up the 4 sales. So the sales were 250, 500, 750, and 750. How much is that? Can y'all add up?
2250.
How much?
2250.
Correct. 250. Then we're gonna add up these costs: 500, 425, 225, and 100. And how much do we get?
1250.
So how much money did we make?
$1,000.
$1,000. Any questions?
Lots.
Oh,
But-
so many. I have so many.
So what? So that's all it is. It's a short process.
What's nothing short about that?
Who said that?
Well,
Okay. This is a problem that you can practice on to turn in on Tuesday for LIFO and weighted average. So you've done it, so you'll be using the same material here, same things, but you'll be doing an inventory chart on the LIFO and an inventory chart on the weighted average if you're ready for that. But let me escape out of this. This thing jumping all over the place. So let's see if we can. And let's see if we can find that little inventory problem that you all were sent. So I think you were sent inventory quiz 1. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you're just so delighted to get it.
Hmm.
So this is how your quiz will look. Name, and you're only going to have beginning inventory, purchase, cash, sale, blah, blah, blah. And you're doing this for FIFO, but if some people are ambitious and they want to finish LIFO and weighted average on Tuesday, that's fine. But you're doing
Could you
FIFO.
scroll back for a second?
What?
Right there.
You got 8 transactions.
When does this due?
4 classes over.
Today?
Yeah, we're practicing on it now. We're simply practicing.
Okay.
And what you're doing is you're working with FIFO. So you got 8 transactions. Now, if you look at this journal, and you'll see, I can move it over. So. Well, this says accounts. I don't know why it decided to. Now it's in there. Okay. When you're making the journal entries here, those same 3 journal entries, and you're in the FIFO column, and what we're going to find is some of the journal entries stay the same no matter what, but we're just going to put in the FIFO ones today. Yeah. So, got a lot of space, and here's your inventory flow chart for FIFO. If you were doing LIFO, you'd need another flow chart, and if you're doing weighted average, you need another flow chart. There's only one ledger for sales. But then you have a cost of goods sold FIFO, cost of goods sold LIFO, and a cost of goods sold weighted average and scratch paper. Now, when you make the journal entries, you put them a couple places. You put the journal entries here. If it's a purchase or a sale, then you're going to put it in the flow chart on the FIFO. Then you're going to put in these T accounts for the sales and the FIFO in this case. And what this allows you to do is you got a T account where you can get your balances. And once you have those balances in those T accounts, you lift those to come right in here for sales, COGS, gross profit, what we were just doing. So let's see if we can do the first one together. You have beginning inventory of what?
2,000 pairs at $20 each.
So since we have 2,000 pairs, we don't have to make a journal entry. And we can come in here and put in 2,000 at 20 each. And so this would be how much? 4,000?
40.
40? Okay. So it's a little smaller. Okay, so we all there now. So that's what we do with the first transaction where we had a beginning inventory. Then what happens next? We purchased 2,000 and what?
25.
Okay. So we come in here now and we're going to debit inventory. And we're going to credit accounts payable. And how much is that going to be for? 2,025. Might that be
50,000.
you got 50,000 here. Then we go and do what? We put it on the chart. So the first, so on that purchase, we purchased 2,025. So we're coming here and put 2,000. Unit cost 25. So the total cost will be what?
50,000.
Then we're gonna copy these and we're gonna paste them here. Any question? Okay. Then what happens next? We have a cash sale of 1,000 pairs at 100. So we need to make 2 journal entries. We're gonna debit cash and we're gonna credit sales. Then we're gonna debit what? COGS. And what we're gonna credit?
Inventory.
We're gonna credit inventory.
How would you find the COGS?
You got the sales part since you asked that question? What's this gonna be?
I can't see it.
1,000 pairs at 100. So how much money did we get?
100,000.
Take your words for it.
That was 1,000 times 100, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's 100,000.
Now we need to go down to the chart and figure out what's gonna go in the cost. And what I do is, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this 100,000 over here, hopefully. It's gonna act up. Word acts up a little bit when you try to do something. But you should have 100,000 in this account. But it's not going to act right. But let's put 100,000 in your account. You should bet it for the credit to sales. And this is just a T account where you're keeping track of it. So most times I would just be writing that in. But now,
Question.
yeah,
So like basically you saying like if we're able to do all of this, then we will be exempt from the final or what?
well, we said for LIFO, FIFO, and weighted average, but if you just on FIFO, then we work some more next week.
Okay.
So someone was able to do it all. Let's just work this problem. How many did we sell? How many did we sell?
This is number 3, right?
Yeah, how many did we sell?
100, 4,000.
You sold how many? 100?
1,000.
Yeah.
You sell
No.
1,000 at 100.
Oh,
It was 1,000. But what was the cost?
100.
100 each.
100.
Yeah.
As I said before, the selling price never goes into the chart. The selling price goes into the chart.
So it's
And for the
$20.
third time, the selling price never goes in the chart.
Oh, okay.
oh yeah.
$20 each.
So they're in here $20. So what's 20 times 1,000?
20,000.
So why did you use 20 instead of the 100? I know you said not to put it in the chart, but I get confused by that part.
We're only trying to get the cost. Let's go back to our journal entries. The selling price is in this journal entry. Now we need the cost to see how much we made on what we sold. And so we made $80,000. We buy the inventory at one price and we try to sell it for more. And so our object is to make money. So if you use $100 cost, you wouldn't be making any money. We buy low and sell high. Got it?
Oh, I see.
We buy to make money.
Right.
We buy to get those shoes out the shoe store. Now, if you were doing LIFO and weighted average, LIFO, weighted average, LIFO, debit, LIFO, this should be LIFO credit. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was trying to get rid of this row. Delete cell. I need to get rid of the delete cell. Then turn off. Okay, it gives us more room. Now, the big thing is that if you were doing LIFO and weighted average, those top two journal entries stay the same. This is why you can finish so quickly. So the purchase journal entry and the sales journal entry are the same no matter what. The only journal entry that's changing is this COGS one. That's the only one that's changing. The other two are going to be the same all the way through when you get to do different methods. But you all are just doing FIFO. I have done the first transaction for you, and now I want you all to finish that chart and tell me what your gross profit is on the FIFO. If I make this. Trying to get them all on. So you should have this. And you're just trying to do this, and you're trying to do the flow chart.
Allegedly.
Okay, so I'll begin work. I did the first two for you. You only have, I did the first three. You only got 4 to do. 1, 2, 3, 5 to do.
Can you scroll back down real quick? I was still looking at what you were putting.
What you want me to scroll down?
To right there. Now down to the flow chart info, LIFO.
FIFO, you mean?
We're doing FIFO. My bad. Okay, cool. That is all.
And what you know now is that you got what? You got 1,000 in here, and you got 2,000 in here. The 1,000 is in here at 20, and the 2,000 is in here at 25. So this is 20,000 still. But this is 20,000. And the bottom one is 50,000. The bottom one is 50,000. So with that information, you all go and do the next transaction, which is what? A sale on account for 2,000. So since it's a sale on account,
Do we
so we
have to
know
put
those 2 journal entries have to be made. So
accounts receivable is the same as cash, correct?
What?
Accounts receivable is the same as putting cash. Oh no, you can't put cash because it's on account.
No,
Huh?
it doesn't. That's not critical.
Okay.
It's either when you buy is inventory and accounts payable. When you sell, you either have cash sales or sales on account. But that information is not important. It's what's going on in COGS.
Right.
So you're selling 2 pairs of shoes, 2,000 pairs. How much money you getting for 2,000 pairs?
200. Oh, we're selling for 200,000.
So that's correct. So that's pretty straightforward. Tell me how much going on this next line. That's a $64 million question. Coming from this chart, the middle column. How much money is going on that line?
This is
Okay,
stupid.
Mr. Okay, I need to go back real quick. Remember on number 3, the one you just did for us where it say 1,000 for 100. How do we know when to not? You know, I don't know how to explain it.
How do you know what?
Like on number 3 where it say 1,000 pairs for 100 each, but you put 20 next to the 1,000. How do we know when to not like write down the like that 100 each? If you get what I'm saying? Cause why the 100 not next to it? Why it's 20?
Okay. We are buying shoes at one price, 20 and 25. We're selling them at 100. So our goal is to buy shoes cheap and sell them for a high price.
Oh, okay. So
That's
we
what we're
just
trying
okay,
to
I
do.
got it.
So when you go into a shoe store, they buy the shoes at one price and sell them higher. So now you run in the shoe store and you're trying to make money. So how you gonna make money if you buy shoes at $20 and $25?
Wait, so the first two, for 1 and 2, are you both selling those shoes for $100?
Say that again. Yeah, we
So for
just keep the selling price the same. That's typically the case, you know. The shoes cost the same thing, but the company may pay different amounts depending on what time of the year it is. Is it Christmas or Easter? Prices go up for the cost. But the selling prices, you know, don't necessarily change, and sometimes they go down for sales. But that being the case, what is my number that's going in here?
what number are we even on? Are we on 4?
$45,000.
What?
Somebody said $45,000.
Yeah, I'm confusing myself now.
Yeah, you're confusing yourself. All I want you to do is to come up with a number that goes.
200,000?
How much?
200,000 or what?
We're gonna go to this chart. How many did we sell?
2.
How many did we sell? 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000.
We got 1,000 of them that we can get at 20. So we got to get another 1,000 at 25.
Hey, what part you doing right now? The cash sale, something like that? That's the part you doing?
No, we did the cash sale here. We're now doing the
Okay,
credit,
so that's the
which was 2,000 pairs of shoes.
So we got 1,
Now the first 1,000 is in here. What?
20.
Each. Now all of these are gone, so that part of the cost is 20,000. Now we got to get into this $25 layer.
So that's 25,000.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing?
And so our total cost is going to be what? Can you add those two numbers up?
Yeah, it's 45,000.
And that's what we put right here. Any questions?
Wait.
Wait a minute. So, wait a minute. Every time we do a journal, we do a problem, we're gonna have to redo all of that stuff with the exception of that LIFO stuff.
Say that again. Weighted average, I guess you mean. Yeah, this is, and, a computer would be doing this in actuality, but yeah, it's gonna. That's how they take care. Keep
I don't
track
think
of it.
I don't think I asked the question properly. I'll scroll back up to the journal. So on this quiz, so every time we put answer a new question, we're gonna have to retype out cash sales, cost of goods sold, inventory every single time for each section that we're gonna create.
Each journal entry, right?
So each journal entry is gonna have all of those different topics.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, Jesus. And how long do we have to do this quiz?
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many journal entries do we have left?
4.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 4.
And I did the first 4 for you.
And it took an hour.
Can you scroll back down?
Wait, go something else.
Can you scroll back down?
Y'all supposed to be
I
getting
didn't even see where you did the sell on account part. Like, I'm confused still. Can you go back like to where you did the sell on account? Okay, how? Okay.
Sell on account per se, but just realize this: when you buy inventory, there's 1 entry. When you sell them, it's 2, and that's when you happy. You're not happy to buy inventory. You happy to sell it. Okay?
I'm not happy right now though. So for
Can you
the
scroll down a little more?
They sell inventories all over shoes all over the world.
so for number
Can you
5,
scroll down?
I'd be debiting inventory and crediting accounts payable.
That's correct. So number 5, where you got, so these journal entries just keep repeating. So I'm just gonna put this in here for him.
Excuse me.
120,000.
So either you got 1 of these or 2 of these every time. On a purchase, 1 of these. On a sale, 2 entries. Somebody said they need to go down. Yes. Any question?
I'm kind of coming back around, understanding it again, but between so that first column or row where it says we have 2,000, 25, and 50,000 all the way to the left. How?
This is your first purchase.
Okay.
You had 2,000 already in inventory, so you didn't buy them. And then you bought 2,000.
Right. And then you sold 1,000. So for okay, now I'm confused myself again. Oh, I see. I see.
So you'll turn in the practice problem next time also.
What's the practice problem?
What are we working on now?
Oh. I thought you were talking about something else. I was like, okay.
I don't need to talk about anything else.
Jesus, no.
Lord, help me now, Jesus. Perjuries.
So let's plan to finish this practice problem for the rest of the period, but okay, I've done half of it for you. So you need to do the other half.
Professor
Yeah.
Bull, you do know that there's only 5 minutes remaining in the period.
Don't tell him that.
Well, I just don't want to expect me to be able to do this.